Don't let the cultural conditioning control you. You don't need to worry about the vaccine for Ebola. All I see is terrorism on the television. All they do is lie to you, it's all a fake persona. Turn off your TV, go outside and leave your sofa, cause you notice when you're looking up and planes are flying over. They're spraying chemtrails, it's not normal. Geoengineering makes the atmosphere colder. Yes. Don't worry about the finance on your rover. Worry about the mercury they stick inside your molars. And worry about the taxes you're paying to the soldiers. They're dropping bombs and leaving children in a coma. There's aspartame inside your soda, fluoride in your water, turning you bipolar. Worry about McDonald's, KFC and Coca-Cola, cause you feed them to your kids and might as well catch pneumonia. And mental issues when they're older, it's terrifying. I'm talking truth, real facts, though I'm never lying. I do my best, I'm forever trying. If humanity do not ascend, I'll end up crying. We'll all end up dying, cause humanity's defenseless. All I see is pain, but my strategy's relentless. Never ending, no, the agony is endless. Paradise is infinite, the galaxy's tremendous. Well, that's all deep and intellectual. I'm giving them facts when I'm speaking at a festival. I'm screaming, no, freedom ain't acceptable. Well, that's all deep and intellectual. And now my sanity is mad at me for finding out the truth, cause in reality, humanity is dying out, it's true. I'm astral traveling, I'm flying out the roof, because your government officials, they've been hiding all the proof. Now my sanity is mad at me for finding out the truth, cause in reality, humanity is dying out, it's true.
Hello everybody, thank you so much for joining us. I'm here with Dolly, Daydream this evening. First and foremost, I've got a couple of questions to ask the chat room. First question is, can you see us? Second question is, can you hear us? I'm somewhat dubious because I'm not really that great at doing OBS. So yeah, can't see. So let me just do what I need to do here. And intro, I'll just do that. Display capture and do that. And then hopefully you'll be able to see us now. Bit of luck, fingers crossed. Dum dum dum. And we're here. Okay, great. I'm here with Dolly Daydream tonight. It's Friday evening. Thank you so much for bearing with me. I'm so glad I asked those questions, Dolly, because for a second there I thought it was going a bit too swimmingly. Hopefully you can see us. Hopefully you can hear us. Hopefully we're coming through fine. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. We're having a little bit of an impromptu night in. Little bit of a red pill conversation. What would you call it, Dolly? I think that's pretty accurate, right? Nothing's really off the table this evening.
No, I'm just checking. Yeah, we're on.
Good.
Yeah, just anything.
And see, and my dog decides to go on one. Again, thank you so much for everybody that's tuned in so far. Just bear with me a second while I deal with my dog. Dolly, by all means, have a chit chat with the chat room. I'm so trust my dog to do this to me. Give me 1 sec, guys.
I'd have a chit chat with the chat room if I could see the chat room. I can't see the chat room, so if I go over, I'll have to go over to my YouTube. I don't actually know, is this playing on mine as well, or is it just, I don't know. Oh, there I am. Alright, you lot can see me, but I can't. I'm just looking on here.
Wow, you couldn't make it up. Sorry, guys.
Oh, Bam Bam's in. Hi, everybody. Hi, Tapper. I can't see, so I'm like looking on here.
What is it they say? Don't work with children and animals.
Yeah.
Trust me, I go live and my dog goes nuts. Sorry, chat room. Tapper, Coffee Paul, thank you so much for tuning in. Astral Thief, Mikey Smith, Flatball, Bam Bam, Terraplana. Who else is there? Richie B, thanks so much for tuning in. Hey. Sorry, Dolly, I didn't mean to. Literally, I'm out of breath just from running up the stairs. Dave Mordy, Alexander, thank you so much for tuning in. Who else is there? I hope I haven't missed anyone, and if I have, I'll get back to you. Mr. Xavier, thanks for tuning in as well. Red Eye Jedi, Rick D, thank you so much for tuning in. Musicians for Truth, thanks for tuning in. Globebusters, thanks for tuning in. National Memorial Gardens, good to see you, darling. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'll come back to the chat room in a second as well. Hopefully I haven't missed anyone. But yeah, as we were saying, me and Dolly, we were chatting earlier on today, and the conversation we had, after I came off the phone, I was like, crap. Probably should have gone live for that one. Our conversations just seem to just go woo down here, woo down there, and before you know it, a couple of hours has gone past. I'm like, I need to go and get the kids.
Yeah.
And that's really kind of what spurred us on to have this, because we were like, you know what, there's so much more to talk about and so much more to delve into, and you look into things that I don't necessarily delve in and look at, and I slow down, and just patching things together really gave me the best energy this afternoon. After that conversation with you, I felt energized. I literally felt like someone had just recharged my batteries.
I can't remember the conversation.
It's all a big blur. It's all a big blur.
Yeah.
But I don't know if anyone else can resonate with that. You know, when you have like a conversation with someone else that's woke to whatever degree, whatever part they are on their pursuit of truth, I find it invigorating, unlike a mundane conversation.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm allergic to mundane conversations now. I don't want to have meaningless conversations. It's boring, it's jarring. Boring. And it is like watching paint dry. It's like, here we go again.
It is, because it isn't real. It isn't real. Exactly.
So, what have you been watching this week? Tell me. Because you did name a couple of bits and pieces earlier on that I was a bit like, I've never heard of these channels before. You are watching
I'm just coming across them, but it's like what I've been talking about, because we know I talk about the other side of like the veil, if you want to call it. And I'm always shouting channels out, but the main ones I've been watching is the lovely Owen Benjamin. So
listen,
funny.
What is your take on, did you see him talking to Deep Inside the Rabbit Hole? Did you see the conversation with him and Dave?
God. Yeah, I shouted that out. Also, he's just done a video actually on, no it hasn't, there's a channel called Amazing Polly who knows about the Q stuff, and she's just put a video of a rant of Owen Benjamin talking about the lies and everything. He just put it up now, I think. She's just put it up, sorry. Amazing Polly. That was brilliant. Talking about, where is it actually? Just let me find it. I think it's Amazing Polly.
Yeah.
A lot of people know about Amazing Polly, but she is onto Q and all that stuff. But I think it was.
I've never heard of it. Is anyone in the chat? Sorry, I just want to ask the chat room as well. Is anyone else in the chat room watching? Because I really do feel like a bit of exchanging of who's watching what, and because I really love it when I hear a channel I've not heard before, and I've not heard of
Amazing Polly.
Has anyone else heard of that? Amazing Polly.
Should have done, but it's.
Can you fling it up on screen for us?
I can't do it on air because I don't know how to do it, but I can do it off my phone. It's
Have you got it like where you can just put it up like that for us to see it?
Yeah, it's Amazing Polly. Hang on a minute. It's called The Lies Remix. Owen Benjamin ran. It's obviously got hashtag QAnon and hashtag The Great Awakening at the top, but it's Amazing Polly. And here's the lovely Owen Benjamin.
Down a bit. Perfect.
This is all confirmed lies. The war on drugs was to stop drug use. If you like your health insurance, you can keep it. There's a wage gap between men and women based on their sex. Lies. Gay marriage is real marriage. Lie. Abortion is safe, rare, and only for rape and incest, and when the life of the mother is in danger. Food pyramid is healthy. Lie. Trump put kids in cages. Lie.
No, Trump didn't put kids in cages. Obama did. So let's get that fact right now.
Yeah. But he does say it after. He's like lies.
Yeah, so it's lies. So that was good. That just came up before. I've been watching. He's brilliant. You know, I like Owen Benjamin. He says it as it is.
I've got to tell you. I've got to put a disclaimer out there. I've known about the whole Owen Benjamin situation. The only things I've really looked at before were from John Thor and Deep Inside the Rabbit Hole. I hadn't actually watched any of Owen's stuff. I hadn't had time to sit down and watch
out for ages.
So when he did the chat with Dave Weiss, I said to Robin and Jason, I'm setting an alarm, I'm getting up at 2 a.m, I'm going to be watching this. If you're not watching this, I don't know what you're doing. And I said like 4 hours before they went live, there's like a couple of hundred people in the chat room talking away, and I was like, the kind of topics of conversation that we're schmoozing about in the chat room were really refreshing. And then when I watched it back after, because I obviously did not wake up and slept through the night, I was dumbfounded to see how many people were actually watching the live stream and the different mixes of people. I was like, this has got to be a good thing for awareness. And I just found the conversation between him and David really, really inspiring. It was a nice take on things, and I really appreciated the way that Owen had stated that he's not sold on flat earth, and it really resonated with me because I'm not selling flat earth to anyone. I'm just questioning what I'm taught, and all I think we have found out is that we know we've been lied to. What it is, that's a $64,000 question.
We don't know the model. Nobody does unless you've been up there and looked down yourself. That's what we're trying to say.
Yeah.
It's not what they say. We know that's all. It's just, that's the biggest, like...
Yeah. One of the best conversations I've seen in a long time.
And it's done very well, very funny. Owen Benjamin is because he came to debunk Flat Earth and he couldn't in the end. And then he was just like, oh my God. And then... I like him because he's a bit like Trump. People get offended with Trump. He says it as it is. He's a comedian as well, and he's just a great guy, and he's a proper guy. Do you know what I mean? That's what I like. That's what I like about him.
Yeah, well said. I hope that you guys in the chat room resonate with that as well, because I felt I got a lot out of watching that conversation. I definitely got a feel-good factor after watching that conversation. I was in a good mood.
Positivity is the thing. If you're negative, you know, you get people in chat and stuff like that. If you're negative, you're just going to follow a negative narrative, basically. You know. Yeah. And the other thing about Owen Benjamin, if people don't know him, he's a comedian. They took away good comedians because that side, you know, whatever you want to call them, don't like people having a laugh or anything. He knows about Hollywood. He knows about what's going on in Hollywood. A lot of people think they're awake. They're not awake to a lot of the stuff that's going on in that side of the stuff, you know. You know, that QAnon talks too, the conspiracy, everyone thinks is a conspiracy, like Flat Earth is a conspiracy and every so-called conspiracy going. People don't realise the CIA made that word up to shut people up so we all look like nutcases. When actually, most conspiracies you hear about are actually true. So, boom.
Exactly. My words exactly. It's a bit of a boom situation there. So really... for me, the biggest convo that went down this week was Owen and David Weiss. Like that was a good look. I felt that was a good look for the truth in the entirety.
Yeah.
And
Death is good.
Yeah, and I feel that the outreach from both of them is going to reach a lot more new eyes and ears.
Uniting and connecting is what it's all about. It's about uniting folks, not dividing, because that's what they do out there. They want you all divided over race. Religion, agenda. That is a fact.
Yeah.
You keep dividing and arguing and fighting over stuff that's coming out. That is an actual fact. It's like the Q films that are going on. People don't believe them. They don't take time to watch a 10-minute film and you can't see what's going on. It's all to divide you, folks. All of it.
We were talking about that earlier on today. I'm surprised.
You know, the globe and the flat earth thing, that's dividing. It's like, if you're for humanity, you know, it sort of doesn't really matter. We've got to come together. We know we've been lied to. Nobody knows.
Everyone has to find some kind of common ground, right? In some way, shape or form, to have a civilized discussion about things that aren't necessarily accepted by all.
Oh, can I just put in there as well, Roxanne? And women are allowed to talk about it, because I'm not being funny. I see a lot of men out there that don't like this. And a big thing's gone on with suppression of women, not also in the physical, because I'm on the spiritual side of stuff as well. That side too, and it's coming back because it's about being in balance. You've got to be in balance with both. It's not about being apart. One's bigger than the other, one's better than the other. No, it's about coming together and uniting, merging. Just want to throw that out there because there's a lot of people out there.
Wholeness.
Yeah, like Flat Earth and that chat. There's not a lot of women talking about it, and it's like seems to be when women come over about it, you know. Men have got something to say about it. Why can't we join in?
Yeah, well said. Well said. And I would urge and encourage more women to come forward and speak up and speak out about these most important truths, because even for me, I used to work in construction and it does feel like a little bit of a builder's site.
Yeah.
You know, that's why I find my rapport with you so refreshing.
Yeah.
Because it's not the norm for me to be able to speak to another woman around the same age as me, same disposition, mother, you know, dealing with all of the things that I'm dealing with in the same country as me, most importantly, someone that's quite close, and to just be on that level and have the conversation we had today. After I came off the phone, I was like, wow, look how far I'm going to have to go to have another conversation. I can't have a conversation like we had today with my counterparts. I can maybe go 2%, but after that, it's like, it's not.
My mind's very open, do you know what I mean? It's not, a lot of people's closed down to what's being regurgitated to them, what you've been repeated at school, education, everything. You need to be open-minded to quite a lot of stuff, really, especially what's going on now, because it's not what you it's not really what
it's like what you said earlier on, isn't it, about letting go of things. There's only, you can't let go of it all at once, or it's almost like you'll bounce. I don't know. I can't find
You know,
the
I
words
do a lot
to
of
convey.
things on films. People know on my channel, I can look at a lot of films and see what's really going on, because believe it or not, people in chat, you know, the films that they put out there, it's like a universal law. They put the truth out in the film.
Yeah.
You think it's fantasy, so you think it's all right. You're consenting to it. That is what Owen Benjamin said as well about saying no. You know, actually saying no.
Yeah.
We consent to it by saying, "Oh, it's only a fantasy film because that's not real." Well, actually, a lot of the stuff, if you can see behind what they're doing, symbols and everything, is actually what's going on. You know, and but we're consenting to it by saying, "Oh, it's not real," when actually the news, as you call reality, what they're feeding you, you think that's real. Reality is not what you think it is. Fantasy is more reality than actual reality is. You call reality fantasy, it's the other way around. It really is. There's just
It's
so
like
much,
it's the mirror opposite, right?
Yeah.
It's literally like the mirror opposite.
Does Q say?
Yeah.
Mirror.
Yeah. It's even just the bits and pieces we were going over today, they really resonate with me with what you literally have just said, with, you know, going back to past proving what's happening now.
Past proving, yeah.
To me, it's as obvious, is as clear as day what's going on. And what miffs me is how, and I don't mean this in a negative way, I'm getting kind of tired of the rhetoric of people giving uninformed opinions about the puppetry that everyone knows goes on. And it's I'll have that continual gripe. Like, the same people that acknowledge that government leaders are puppets don't want to acknowledge that there's puppet masters. It's like,
who's the puppet masters?
to have a puppet, you need a puppet master. Well, I mean, just looking at the central banking system, you only have to go a few degrees away from that to come across the three most powerful families internationally: House of Saud, Rothschilds, and the Soros.
Can we just give my dad a shout out? Waxman. Got
shout out.
It's your fault.
It's down to you, Dad. Well done,
Yeah,
Dad.
it's your fault.
Well done, Dad. Thanks to Waxman, Dolly's where she's at with this. So,
and that's why they say with wordings are spells, believe it or not. The TV, the television is television. We tell lies in visions. The programs you watch are programs. They are programming you. They're programming you.
And isn't that what MK Ultra is?
MK Ultra, yeah. So, and the celebrities and the stars that you're looking, not the stars in the sky, the ones on TV that you bow down to and idolise, you'll soon be finding a lot of things out about them you don't like.
This is the thing, Dolly. This is what we were talking about today. And I have been speaking privately to a couple of my friends, and I've been like, listen, if what I'm researching has got any kind of grounding, then people are going to be disgusted with what's about to happen over the next few months. Some of the biggest household names, and I'm not talking your Love Island household name. I'm not talking just A-list celebrities
Hollywood.
from your Hollywood movies.
Yeah, Hollywood.
We're talking monarchy. We're talking people that are up on certain people's pedestals. People that won't, the masses. They won't have you saying anything bad about the monarchy, They won't have you saying anything derogatory about anyone in the monarchy. People that are hardcore royalists. Well, I'm not sure what's going to happen when all the Epstein Island madness comes out. But how are they going to get out of that?
Something's going to happen with the monarchy.
Can you tell me how they're getting out of that and staying fashionable, please? Just put me out my misery, babe, please.
I do not know. Me and my dad have discussed this. Either the monarchy's going to go down, or
that's what I'm hearing on the street. Word on the street is that's what I'm hearing on the streets.
Harry is
They're both abdicating and Harry's taking it. And this is because he's not deep state, right? He's not Charles's son.
No, he's not Charles's son.
He's so therefore he's not from that bloodline. And that's how they're going to remove the deep state out of the monarchy. And the monarchy's just a fraction
all the evidence on the monarchy, so it's either it disappears. I don't know how. I'm not saying I know how. Or something's going to come in. You can see in the news right now. It's the royals. Oh,
well, wasn't Prince William just shadowing the Secret Service in our country? Yeah. And if the clues on the Q map are anything to go right, and listen, disclaimer, I'm just looking at the breadcrumbs. How I'm looking at them. It looks to me that those breadcrumbs lead to William going to the three-letter agencies to see if they can get rid of the evidence. But then, when you look on the Q website, at the same time mainstream media was putting out the info that Harry had been to the three-letter agencies, Q said, there's no point, we have the source.
Yeah, we've got everything on every country.
So you can try and get rid of whatever evidence we've kind of already got it. So
either you play along with the game.
Have you seen the pictures of Andrew and all of that with the Chandler girl, the Rachel Chandler? Yeah, it's all peak for them, you know.
Yeah.
And to me, I'm just saying, I'm not gonna believe just a couple of images, but looking at the amount of research that some people I know, I'm not going to use the word we, but some folk I've spoken to have done so much research on NASA imagery and like fraudulent images. I'm being honest with you, this picture of Prince Andrew and that girl, and that's just one image, I'm giving you an example, you know, the one where he's like stood there and she's all that. That doesn't look faked. That image genuinely looks legit. And do you remember the CCTV that looked like it could have been the CCTV from Epstein's Island as well? It was on a private.
That was Hillary.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And that brings me to another thing as well, which the mainstream media don't want to talk about. They don't even want to touch it with a 50-foot barge pole. I sent it to you today on WhatsApp. I'm just gonna talk it out because I sent it on. So. A Clinton appointee has pleaded guilty to treason charges after a federal grand jury indicted her for colluding with foreign agents.
Clintons, everybody. Been shouting this out for ages, but people are like, no,
apparently
it's not real.
It's for immediate release. Wednesday, the 24th of April. Former state government employee pleads guilty to conspiring with foreign agents. Defendant admitting receiving tens of thousands of dollars in benefits for 2 Chinese agents in exchange for internal State Department documents. Candice Marie Claiborne, a former employee of the U.S. Department of State, pleaded guilty today to a charge of conspiracy to defraud the United States by lying to law enforcement and background investigators and hiding her extensive contacts with blah, blah, blah. But the point we're making is that she is a Clinton appointee. I would say that's the beginning of the tsunami, really. That was released by The Hill and is it Sarah Carter? Sarah Carter? Sarah Carter, yeah.
A bit of a shitstorm coming, isn't there?
Yeah, it's not just Storm Hannah.
No,
there's another one brewing.
You know the storm that Trump talked about when he got in?
Yeah.
To the media?
Yeah. There's
a storm coming, and the media were like, what storm? What storm? And he's like, you'll see. Because the past proves the future, folks. That's all I'm saying.
It does.
That's what's happening.
It so does. It really does.
This year, now.
I think they're already in the process, and I don't mean it like I'm calling out any specific thing. I just think it's if you're looking into it, then you can see it's already happening.
Well, I just got this today on Twitter, was it?
Disinformation is necessary. Like, people are saying because Trump said these kids have got to get their shot. No, he didn't actually say. I don't quote him because he didn't say it like that. He said they've got to get their shots. They've got to get their shots. I don't know if anyone has seen the fraudulent measles shot going around at the moment.
Yeah.
There's an image going around. It's just one image, but it shows you how they photoshopped the measles onto the baby. And they've been ousted for doing it as well. And if you look at Trump's body language, disinformation is necessary anyway. I'm not saying that. I'm saying.
Why do you think they give out free flu vaccinations?
Yeah.
Nothing's free.
Yeah. So I would take that with a pinch of salt, to be honest. And I would strongly suggest looking at his body language. He's being very, very dismissive with his hands and being kind of, I don't know how to class it, but I would not be in a position to start getting on the bandwagon saying that Trump has done a full 180 on vaccines. Yes, Trump's been very, very open about being anti-vax, and if you look in which the detail he's gone into to be anti-vax, and you look at the dismissiveness of him saying, yeah, they got to get their shots in it, they got to get their shots. Yeah, the press do have to get their shots, the fraudulent shots that they take. They do.
Yeah, Trump says things, there's a lot behind he says and not what you think actually is.
And I suppose that's why I'm not talking about what Trump says or qmap.pub. I'm just saying the Q movement tells you a lot to learn how to read the map, and that disinformation is necessary. In fact, we've almost been told at every junction, remember, disinfo is necessary.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I I'm telling myself, I'm not concerning myself too much about Trump saying to one set of reporters, yeah, they got to get their shots. As soon as I heard him saying they got to get their shots, I jokingly said, yeah, they're fucking shots of fake measles. Yeah. So I imaged in my head the baby without the measles and then the baby with the measles, and them saying, look, they've been caught out, they've done it. So when he said they got to get their shots,
they put stuff up there on their
that's
side.
just how I. But
like
then
that.
I know that's how different people put different breadcrumbs together, and I know it's down to personal interpretation. So please understand, I'm not trying to put my interpretation onto anyone else or try and say this is what people in general think. Just me, just how I looked at that and how I remembered back to that and thought, oh yeah, well that's probably what he means. Not that. It's up to you to decipher what you're going to take from that. But no, I don't think you're going to see Trump on the bandwagon campaigning for kids to get vaccinated. I don't think you're going to see him turning up.
He won't be, because his son had autism. He was vaccinated, and then they had to make him well through that Barron Trump. So no, he doesn't. He doesn't have vaccine set. He doesn't have it himself.
No. I'm not vaccinated, actually.
No.
Just as a disclaimer, my parents didn't get me vaccinated, and I avoided my BCG.
Well, the thing is,
I've got no
years
BCG
back,
either.
in our day, we didn't have all this, because what it is today with parents is, through the media, is, don't, if you drop a sweet on the floor, don't eat it, don't play in the dirt, you're constantly cleaning. They have all these programmes on, constantly cleaning. I'm not being funny, kids in places like Africa that are brought, they're out in the nature there, they live dusty paths and things that they play, they're always playing in the dirt and stuff. They're really healthy children over there. But we are so clean over here. You're constantly cleaning. When you actually look at your cleaning bottles and read the back, it can give you cancer and certain stuff. Your baby's on the floor on something you've overly cleaned. I'm not saying don't clean your house.
So do you think that countries that are more self-reliant on infrastructure and big pharma and all of the things that we have here, do you think that that lowers our natural immune system and stuff?
Yes, because you have a natural immune system. In my day, I was brought up.
Because my mum used to say you can go and play in clean dirt, and she meant like mud.
Yeah.
Clean.
Yeah.
My mum said dirty dirt is the dirt in the bin, and clean dirt is like the mud in the garden.
Yeah.
Like go and play
nature,
with clean
natural,
dirt. Yeah.
Natural. So when I was younger, I was brought up around a lot of nature. I was in the army, lived down south, in the woods, everywhere, climbing trees, all that, making mud pies in the dirt. Even though my mum is a bit of a clean freak, but that's. Being around that gives you your immune system. So if kids are so clean today, don't do this, don't get dirty, don't play out dirt, where they're getting you've got your own immune system, you build it up. So keeping all this stuff you're putting on the floor when you've got young kids as well, and they've got their hands on the floor putting it in the mouth, when you actually read up on the ingredients that nobody really bothers on the back of your spray bottles, because you can make natural cleaning stuff, you'll realise it can give you Alzheimer's, cancer, it can give you quite a lot of things.
This is something I'm wondering. Shout out to Adam Meakin in the chat room. I really want to start learning more holistic.
Holistic is the best way to go.
Natural herbs, natural remedies, and getting back to basics as far as that's concerned. Because I'll be honest, before it's something I was heavily subscribed to. I went through a stage after. Don't really know how to say it, so I won't. Went through a bit of a bad patch in life where I ended up on a lot of medication to deal with pain. Yeah. Whatnot, and I almost become self-reliant on like antidepressants, painkillers, anti-inflammatories.
Once you're reliant on
to help with my stomach lining because of the damage that the medication was doing. Sorry, I just got a dry throat there. And coming off of that medication was probably one of the hardest things I've ever done. It put weight on me. It changed me as a person entirely. And I didn't feel like me, and I felt like my body was worse off as a result of taking them. Yeah, they removed some of this, maybe the symptoms.
Yeah.
But not the cause. Am I right in saying like what was causing it wasn't treated? It was just my symptoms. And I know I've heard Adam talk about various different alternatives to treating this and treating that, and I really want to kind of get my head down and actually start practicing what I want to preach in that sense.
Healing, whatever you want to call it, organic, holistic, is from Mother Earth. It was given to us, therefore it's for us, with a lot of other things that they're trying to take away from people. It's like the CBD oil and all that, or whatever it's called. It's all natural now. With the
look at the mums that have campaigned in the news though, and it's like they've saved their kids with it.
Yeah. But they don't want you to have anything natural, because you could grow it in your own garden, folks. They want you to buy Big Pharma because it's all to do
And there's
with
no
money.
control or profit by doing that.
There's no profit for them.
Yeah.
And also, it's part of the depopulation with Big Pharma as well. But the holistic side of things...
Do you think they're depopulating people, or they're just controlling the population?
It's on the Georgia Guidestones.
But who put them there? I'm quite sceptical about them Georgia Guidestones. I do feel like they fuel...
But it is depopulation, that is what they're trying to do.
Because I remember when I was looking into Nibiru and Planet X, I ended up at the Georgia Guidestones, and I was like... And even subsequently, having looked into a lot of Zachariah Stitchin's work and stuff like that, I've looked at it after coming into more enlightenment about other things and gone, just, you know, it's like deflection from the truth
even
again.
if it's not like a real, I don't know, you know, with it all, one thing they are trying to do is kill a lot of the population off anyway. And the holistic side of things, if anybody knows, I don't know if anyone's heard of Gran Torino's channel in Ireland. He's onto Q, and he's doing all the stuff in Ireland, what's going on there at the minute. He has a channel that shows you, documented way back when he first got onto Q, all the big like Big Pharma, all the big corporations, let's say, you know, that's where the Nazis came in years back, you know, came up through the corporations. That's why America needed a businessman, and that's why Trump's there, because he's not a politician, he's a businessman. That's what America needed to save America. So he's got people up there, holistic people who've died. There's loads of people who've been murdered, shut down for selling holistic stuff. Why? Because it's natural and they don't make a profit from it. Our body works with nature and the things that was given to us free in nature. Water's natural. Why do we pay for it? Energy's natural. Why do we pay for it? We are energy. It's free
Funny
energy.
that, I went down to Whitstable to see Kimmy and Bob Spreadbrat, and they took me to a natural spring. And
distilled
I'll
water,
tell you what,
folks.
I'll show you it. Let me get it real quick, because I've still got it now, you know.
Well, I'll just tell the chat, I drink distilled water because your water's got fluoride in it and it calcifies your pineal gland, people. Fluoride water is not good for you. Some people say it is, it isn't. Some people say distilled is bad. I've been on it for quite a while now. You can buy a distiller from eBay. Your pineal gland is getting calcified, and I can wipe the inside of my distiller out and it's full of dirt, and that's what's going in your body. We are more powerful than people realise, and that's another thing that they don't want you to know. Calcified pineal gland, people. Oh, here.
So you see this?
Roxanne, we're getting.
You can literally fill this up.
No, Roxanne, we're getting porn bombed here or something. Or I am.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I've got a picture of like something on your channel. Someone's playing Funny Beggars. Look.
Aww.
On my side, I can't see it there.
Aww.
Lovely.
Whoever Hannah is.
Philadelphia.
Aww. Gotta love that.
Lovely, Hannah.
Yeah, look.
Yay.
So I went to a spring with Kimmy, and she's awesome,
Brilliant.
by the way. Kimmy and Bob Spreadbur. Shout out to you.
Get a distiller.
Yeah, I'm gonna. But she took me to this like natural spring, and you can just, it's like out in the middle of nowhere, like way out in the middle of nowhere. And it's just a spring, you turn the tap on and fill it up, don't have to pay for it.
Exactly.
So I don't know why we are paying for it.
It's free.
I know my mum and dad took me to springs when I was younger. I didn't really put the two and two together, but as an adult, I was like, I'm really filling this up and no one's asking me to pay for it, and it's spring water. And I go to Sainsbury's and buy it for like 50p a bottle.
It's free. It's free. Everything's free. We shouldn't really be paying for it. We shouldn't be paying for energy, because energy's free from the ether. And we are energy. And if anyone knows about Tesla and the Trump and Tesla,
just shutting my back door. That sounded really bad, actually. Sorry. One sec.
Tesla. Anybody? Free energy. Free Wi-Fi. I'll wait. Hi all in chat from my side, and hi from Roxanne's side as well. Yeah, your pineal gland will be pretty calcified if you're on the fluoride, people. Yeah, look at the Trump and... Oh.
Sorry, babe.
Look at the Trump and Tesla, which I'm always shouting out.
Oh, don't even. I feel like, don't get me started.
That's a big rabbit hole.
Started. Oh my gosh. And again, it's like, it doesn't matter what tangent you want to go on, what avenue you want to go down, everything's almost Pandora's box. And people say, oh, you guys think everything's a conspiracy? Because it's easier to list what isn't.
No one's conspiring.
Yeah.
They're conspiring with Trump, Russia.
Yeah.
Oh, look, people, it wasn't Russia, was it?
No.
More think about China. It wasn't Russia, was it? No. So, what they're going to put out next? Now, MI6 over here are saying, we haven't done anything. We haven't been putting our noses in the USA. Oh, yes, you have.
That's clearly a crock of crap.
Yeah,
that's clearly a crock of crap.
Yeah. We knew.
And that's not even just speculative opinion, that's fact. That we are all over it like a hot mess. In fact, we're more all over it than most other countries. In fact, we are actually all over it more than any other country.
Yeah.
We've got one of our own Secret Service agents to write the fake dossier. Good job, Christopher Steele. Well done.
The UK have been involved in a lot of stuff.
You're a real true patriot of a guy, aren't you? You really kind of just done us all really heavy sarcasm in my voice there. Shout out Christopher Steele for fucking the country over.
Yeah, it's just like, and that's why people say to me, why are you so, trigger a few people now, why are you so into Trumpster? I'm like, why are you so bothered about America and not here? It's happening all over.
Do you think we could get a non-deep state leader? And if we did get a non-deep state leader, do you reckon he would be Nigel Farage?
Go Nigel.
I had to ask you. I did not know you were going to give me that reaction, babe. Oh, that's so funny.
Hey, he's got his party.
Oh, that's so freaking funny, babe.
Do you want me to put my thoughts on why so many people are triggered about Nigel?
Go on, please enlighten me on this one.
Especially in a certain Discord that I'm on that I get chucked out of a lot, 3 times actually for mentioning Q, but they let me back in. Is one, I just want to say, Trump, the reason why I follow Watch America quite a lot is because America is the last Western country with Christian values, by the way, people, not that I'm religious, and it's the last country they were going after at the last beacon of hope. So if America falls, we all fall, but America ain't falling, so that's all I'm saying. Nigel Farage is actually friends with Donald Trump. He's the only MP that went over to America when Trump got in and congratulated him. Nobody else did. The reason why people get triggered by Nigel Farage is because he didn't really, or hasn't really, supported Tommy Robinson. I support Tommy Robinson. Nigel doesn't have to do it because if you think about it, method in the madness. He's got to get the mass majority, which I'm sorry, is the sleeping behind the TVs in believing him. Because if he goes for the Tommy Robinson side, who's going to get that side once he gets in? Boom, but people can't see that. Because he called us, like, oh, well, all Tommy Robinson supporters are skinheads and this, that and the other. He wasn't really saying that, but there is some there that just go, oh, Tommy Robinson.
So what he's saying is the Tommy Robinson thing's been infiltrated.
What I'll go fighting and that, but it's not about that.
So he's saying it's been infiltrated, right? That's really what he's saying. He's basically saying it's been trolled. It's been trolled. It's been trolled. It's now corrupt. So it's now the Brexit Party. But I understand that he's literally using the Brexit Party as a guise. It's literally a guise and to get under the radar, to get deep state out of the government. Is this right?
This is what I think. I'm only saying.
No, because this is the same reason. I've looked this up myself, and this is what I'm finding. That's why I was like, "What's your take on that?" Like, does the chat room have any? Obviously, if we're going to have a puppet, if we have to have a puppet, like Nigel does seem like possibly a non-deep state candidate.
He's like,
I have. Listen, he's very.
Hilarious.
I did watch him on that. I went back actually to 2016 because I thought to myself, shit, you know what? He actually was supporting Trump through the campaign as well, because he went out to, was it Minnesota or Mississippi, and the way he came out and he was like, no, the chat room doesn't want to see that. Do you know what? I want to see it right now, but I don't think the chat room want to see it. But I will put it out to the chat. If you want to see what I'm talking about, I'll happily put it up.
Have you heard his show? The intro, it's Trump going, on the Nigel Farage show. People love Trump who love Tommy Robinson, but they don't get what's going on.
Right, yeah.
Like, hello?
Yeah. Do you know what? Chat room, carry on as you are. I just want to see if I can actually look for it.
Oh, sorry to float your boat, but Trump is a puppet. Yeah. He's a puppet for the right side, though. That's where you need to get your facts right, see?
I don't know if everyone else will be able to hear this.
And Nigel Farage is part of the establishment. Yeah. A lot of people say that.
I don't know.
Well.
Can you hear that, Dolly?
No.
Oh, no, wait. Yeah, you can't. Hold on. I've got to do something for Dolly right about now. Dolly, I'm going to share my screen.
Mm-hmm.
And then hopefully you can hear it now. Tell me you can hear this. Let me just skip that.
Right now,
Can you hear that?
to invite onto the stage the man behind Brexit.
This was in 2016, you know.
And a man who led
2016.
brilliantly the United Kingdom Independence Party in this fight and won despite all odds, despite horrible name calling, despite so many.
This was in 2016, babe, yeah?
Yeah, I've seen it.
And he wasn't president then, was he? This was before he was he wasn't a president at this point. He's gassed. Look how happy
Nigel.
Thank you very much.
Nigel, baby.
Well, thank you. Good evening, Mississippi.
Mississippi, it was Mississippi.
I come to you from the United Kingdom with a message of hope and a message of optimism. It's a message that says, if the little people, if the real people, if the ordinary decent people are prepared to stand up and fight for what they believe in, we can overcome the big banks. We can overcome the multinationals.
To do with the big banks, it's to do with the Rothschilds and everything. So
The one thing that's the one thing I definitely do want to acknowledge. I want to acknowledge the fact that these people are puppets. Don't get it twisted. Myself and Dolly, I think I'm just saying this as a disclaimer as we move through.
Trump was brought in, yes.
Yeah, he's a puppet like May, like every other leader. They're all puppets.
He's brought in because he's a businessman.
Yeah.
And we needed America needed, we all needed a businessman because it's not what happens in America happens around the world, and this shit is happening around the world.
Yeah.
He's a businessman. Now, if anyone hasn't done the research, World War II, we didn't actually win it, by the way.
Yeah.
The Nazis went underground and came out with suits on. They came out in big corporations. So I think they needed a businessman. He isn't a politician. He doesn't sound like a politician because he isn't a politician. He is a businessman, not making war, making deals around the world. And that is what's happening. Because have we heard of ISIS lately? No. Have we heard of the wars?
Yeah, so this is where I want to bring in the chat room, because I know that we've got quite a lot of UK people in the chat room, and we've got quite a few Americans in the chat room. And so I want everyone to understand, me and Dolly are definitely not preaching to any of you just now, and we're definitely not trying to force feed anybody anything.
Just see what we see.
We're just literally showing you our observations of things. But I hope there's a few I'm fully respecting what you're saying there, Eco Dave, because I know you're pretty clued up and you do look into things quite a lot. So I'm personally shouting you out. If you can come to Speaker's Corner, that'd be wicked. We'll link up and we'll have a chat.
Well, do a lot of people know about Q in your chat? Because Q, if you
listen, the one thing I can vouch for, and this is the bit that I'm gonna get into just now, because I'm not trying to preach to anybody, but the one thing that us over here in the UK cannot do is we cannot relate to how life is on the ground out in the States. All we can do is kind of listen to what everyone's saying. And make our own minds up from there, and hope everyone being as unbiased as absolutely possible. And the same over here in the UK. Those that are over in other countries looking at what's going on with the Brexit situation right now, obviously we're over here living with it. We're over here living with the puppet show that's going on the streets. Yeah, we're seeing what our local councillors and our local MPs are doing with mad flyer drops through the front door right about now, trying to get everybody on board with certain things that are going on over here. And that's why I brought this subject up, because at the moment, the mainstream media over here, just in case anyone in other countries is not getting the narrative, the mainstream media over here is pumping out this whole constant thin ice thing with Theresa May, and the whole I think she's going to get moved out. Like, someone else is coming in now, and if anyone else in here is in the UK, it'd be great if you could back me up on this. But this is what the MSM's telling us right now. It's ropey for Theresa. There's over 100 people in her own fucking party that are going up against her. That are running for it or whatever it is. And the same madness is happening in the States. There's like hundreds of people going up for 2020. There's that young guy that they're all talking about. He's whatever he is. He's
Someone just said Q is not the saviour of the end. Now, nobody said Q is the saviour.
Yeah.
Q drops breadcrumbs for people.
Yeah.
It's
and I
the people who are going to stand up.
Can I ask you?
Right?
Can I ask you to quote? Do you think Q's the saviour? Do you think he is? Right. Can you ask me the same question?
Do you think Q's the saviour?
No, mate. No, not at all.
He's the breadcrumbs. He's the only.
And at any point, at any point, if I said to you,
the only cult that can brainwash you, the only cult that can brainwash you to question everything, because you should be questioning everything that they tell you,
when
and
people
research yourself, so you can sit there and say you don't believe in Q. Fanfare, that's absolutely fantastic. But when you actually look at the proofs that we know,
but that's what I'm trying to say, Dolly. Q's not something to believe in. There's no belief system involved in Q. Like, there was no belief system involved with WikiLeaks. You either take the information, look into it, verify it, and verify it for yourself. Like, that's the only thing I would be able to say is, if you actually go and take a few crumbs and connect the dots, you start to form the spider web. Yeah. You start to form the spider web, and pretty soon you kind of start to paint a picture that's like the undergrowth of what's being pumped out. And if you're already awake to the fact that you've been lied to about the shape of the world, you're already awake to the fact that you've been deceived to religion and history and everything else that we've been deceived with, you start to understand, okay, this thing of puppets that I keep talking about, there's probably some stuff going on here that I'm going to need to slow down and look at. Why? Because it's going to affect my life. And it does. We all pay taxes to these governments. Yeah. You know, these governments are all spending money on space agencies that are committing fraud.
That's what NASA is. Taking the American tax.
And over here, we've got to deal with our monarchy as well.
Yeah. We've got a monarchy, and they have NASA.
Got a whole heap of things over here that are just dodgy as... And so that's why I'm saying, right, look, given the fact that America is up for elections next year, and the UK is talking about getting rid of our Prime Minister, I was just going down the road of, so who do you think is going to be then? If it's not Theresa, then who? And that's why we're talking about Farage. But I just want to hear what the rest of Farage says, because it's only literally a few minutes, 2-3 minutes. So if everyone could just indulge us for a couple of seconds on Nigel, that would be great. And it would be good if I knew how to press play.
We made June the 23rd our Independence Day when we smashed the establishment.
Oh.
What did he just say? June 23rd?
June 23rd.
Was there
Why is it on mine and not yours?
Was there something on Q about ETA June? Or was it July? ETA June. I swear it said June. ETA June.
Past proves the future and all.
Yeah. Can you hear it all right,
I can't hear it.
You can't hear nothing?
And we did it. Everybody said we'd lose.
I can't even see it on your screen, this screen now. I see it on mine. On my tablet. I can't hear. Oh, mind you, I've not got switched up.
No, it's alright. You can hear it now.
Oh, yeah, it's on.
We saw global leaders giving us Project Fear, telling us that if we voted not to be run by a bunch of unelected old men in Brussels.
Yep. Did you see them laughing at him?
Well, it's
and he laughed at them at the Brussels thing. He started laughing at them. So
true, though, isn't it?
So funny.
But they told us our economy would fall off a cliff. They told us there'd be mass unemployment. They told us investment would leave our country. And David Cameron, then our Prime Minister, but no longer, told us we might even get World War III. and we saw the commentariat, and we
Where
saw
is
the
World War
polling
III?
industry
Yeah.
doing everything they could to demoralise our campaign. On the day of the vote itself, that morning, they put us 10 points behind. And actually, they were all wrong. And they were wrong because what the Brexit campaign did is we reached those people who've been let down by modern global corporatism. We reached those people. We reach those people who have never voted in their lives, but believe by going out and voting for Brexit, they could take back control of their country, take back control of their borders, and get back their pride and self-respect. Now the big card the Prime Minister decided to play in the referendum is he got a foreign visitor to come to London to talk to us. Yes, we were visited by one Barack Obama.
Boo! Obama and his wife, Big Mike. Ugh.
And he talked down to us. He
Which he
treated
did.
us as if
Yeah.
we were nothing.
Which he did.
One of the oldest functioning democracies in the world. And here he was telling us to vote Remain. So I, having criticised
Can't think why.
Having criticised and condemned his behaviour, I could not possibly tell you how you should vote in this election. But, you know, I get it.
I get it too, mate. I get it too. I
Brilliant.
think what they are, and this is just my thing, I think what they are non-deep state puppets, and that's as far as I'm prepared to go on it.
Yeah.
But I do want to mention something else because he has a name. He has a name. The guy has a name. His name was Seth Rich.
Whoa, yeah. Seth
Yeah,
Rich.
he has a name.
So does Julian Assange.
Yeah. Julian Assange, Seth Rich. What's your take on this whole?
Well,
because listen, I was looking at some of the Podesta art. I don't know about you. Did you see the kid in the cage on it? It's just disgusting. These people are sick.
their artwork.
These
is full of
people are
kids.
sick.
The pedophiles, it's disgusting.
Nasty.
And anyone
In fact,
who thinks it's
I've
alright.
watched some horror movies. I've watched Hellraiser. I've watched Silence of the Lambs. I've watched some messed up horror movies, but it's not
Well,
a
when
belief
you
system.
understand-
Like I
when
keep
you
saying, it's not
understand
even a
that some of
belief
them horror
system. It's not
movies are
like I
actually
believe
real.
this is going on.
Yeah.
It's like the
going
guy
on.
has a name. It was Seth Rich.
Yeah.
He has a name. The guy just got swept
Seen
under the
Seth Rich who got the emails and the information
Yeah.
and give them to Julian Assange.
Yeah.
And then they said he died in a robbery.
Yeah.
He wasn't, he was murdered for what he knew.
Hillary Clinton and John Podesta made an example of him,
Yeah.
after he leaked information to Julian Assange in WikiLeaks,
Yeah.
His name
And
was
then they
Seth
tried
Rich.
to, Seth Rich,
His name was
Patriot.
Seth Rich.
And Julian Assange, they tried to assassinate his character, saying he was a rapist. He was it because that's what they always do, like they did with Brett Kavanaugh.
Yeah.
Found out that wasn't true, didn't we?
Yeah.
Knew she was lying, and her father was part of the CIA. Was in the CIA.
Yeah.
That's what they do. Julian Assange has got it all.
Yeah.
And you think he's been arrested, and it's part of the plan.
But these emails, they've like it's horrendous. It's just if you there's a lot of places where you can go to verify a lot of the things that are coming out, like Judicial Watch. That's the justice at is it .gov. A lot of the things are getting released on there now. A lot of the indictments are being unsealed bit by bit.
Yes, they are. The Mueller reports, and I'm sorry, I was just reading my dad's thing. He's put Julian Assange will bring the truth about my name is Seth Rich, MS13.
Yeah. Well, that is the link. I mean, how do you move people? Migrants, child trafficking. It's sick. It's all. It's going to be like even for people that have swallowed the pill, like myself. like, that's why I related to you when you said you went through a patch where it was just all a bit,
yeah.
like, it's a process.
I went
Because,
through
you know,
a very
once your
angry
eyes and
stage,
ears have
very
seen
angry
certain
stage.
things, you can't go back in it. You can't unsee the things that you see
No.
and read, and
And that
these
is the
aren't.
red pill.
Yeah.
When people say, sorry, the blue pill, or whatever one it is, red pill or blue pill, everyone laughs at, oh, it's the Matrix. But the thing is, if you have the blue pill, is that the one where you wake up, blue pill? No, the red pill.
Yeah, where you just wait. You know,
Red
the blue pill.
Yeah,
the
red
blue pill is where you just wake up and you're just back to normal and you don't.
No, I think the red pills, if you wake up in it, the blue pills, you go back to sleep.
Like, no, yeah, as in the blue pill is
Yeah.
like you wake up in the morning and
Matrix
don't remember
pill.
anything,
So
but the red pill is
I
like you
took the
fully
red
wake
pill,
up. Yeah.
woke up, thought, oh my god, found out a lot of stuff. I knew mainstream media were lying. I knew the news, it's fake and it's always depressing and everything else. That's why if you're kept watching the news, you'll be depressed and think, because someone's just made a comment in there before saying nothing's happening, nothing's changing, it's all doom. No, it isn't. You're feeding into the fear factor because that's how they control you. When I woke up to it, I thought I knew some stuff, you know, the government's blah, blah, blah. Not everybody in the government, and it's not everybody with money, by the way. I'd just like to point that out. It's not all bankers are what people are saying in chat. It's not all those sort of people. There's actually more of us than there is of them. That's why they don't want us waking up. But when I woke up to the actual, this stuff that people aren't going to believe, I had a breakdown for nearly 2 weeks, couldn't stop crying, wondered why I was here on this realm, like what is going on, got angry, wanted to kick off with everybody, you know, and then after that it was like, right, I know about that stuff, I don't really need to look at it because I know about it and it's awful, but now we need to come together, and we the people need to come together instead of being divided, and let's move forward and let's do something about it. Not through anger. They want you to kick off, they want you to fight each other. You're doing the job for them. You've got to get past that anger. You need it to spur you on, because emotions are energy, emotion. You need your emotion to have the energy to go forth. Speak the truth. Like someone said in chat before, oh, so the police said something about, if I speak the truth, I'm going to get arrested. It's fear-mongering, people. We need to wake up and speak out, because if you don't, you consent into what's going on. That's what they want. That's how the Illuminati, if you want to call them that, the cabal, the shadow government, whatever you want to call it, that's how they work. That's how they work. They get you in fear so you don't do anything.
What does the chat room? What do you guys in the chat room think the shadow government is, if it exists? What it is? Does the chat room? What are your thoughts on what we're talking about? Do you feel that there are puppets? If you do feel there are puppets, do you feel they're puppet masters? I think this is fundamentally important. It all goes back to the Trilateral Commission, and for me, everything goes back to, I'm fully trying to get involved in looking at other subjects, but it all kind of grinds to a halt for me.
Thank you, One Hot Min. Dolly knows, and you know as well, Roxanne, that unifying humanity is the key. Anyone who's trying to divide, even on people pretending the flat earth is the globe, anyone trying to come in and say this, that and the other, you're trying to not unify, because you think unifying is, I don't know what you think it is.
Cultish.
Yeah,
cultish.
It's not cultish, but networking. I'm going to put my glasses on now. Oh my God.
Don't get me started. Let me put, no, come on, we'll both do where I'm clever and we know what we're talking about.
I'll get my white jacket on and my hat from university.
It's alright, yeah.
Being in unity and networking is in a cult. No, it isn't. We're stronger together.
Yes.
What is it? United we fall. United we stand, divided we fall. What do you not get about it?
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah.
It's pretty simple.
What?
Oh.
My lab coat.
I'm on mainstream media and I sit here reading off what I'm being told to read, but I look very intellectual because I've got my glasses on and everything.
Yes, and that means that we know what we're talking about, and we're obviously right.
But we actually do know what we're talking about. We don't need these props. You know?
Don't need the props.
We don't need these props.
We just need more people to stand up and stop having, like, and I don't say we, just speaking for people that I don't know. I'm saying we, those that agree with what I'm saying.
Yeah, when we say we mean people that are in our chat regularly. We sort of know what's going on. We don't mean others, because people have a problem with that. We're not saying you, we're saying the people that we have conversations with a lot.
I want it to be socially acceptable to talk about these subjects. I want to not
Why are we not allowed to
Owen
question?
Benjamin put it so perfectly. I know the guy's a comedian, so he's probably got an amazing way with words, but he did say, like, the way people just freaking write you off as soon as you kind of go, so, like, you looked into this and they go, you're such a fucking idiot, man. Of course it's not flat. Of course it's not. And Owen was right when he said, like, everyone just appeals to all the authorities that have told them it's a ball.
Yeah.
Their go-to.
Yeah.
And I'm like, personally, even when I've spoken to my dad about it, he's like, this is never going to go anywhere until you can have a civilised conversation about it. Once you can have a civilised conversation about it, then you can move forward.
Why are we not allowed to speak out? And I just want to put out there as well to people that come into people's chat about, oh, it's this religion, or it's these people like the Jews, or it's this, that, it's a Muslim. Can I just say that they're doing it everywhere, right? And the thing is, there's good Muslims, there's bad Muslims, there's good Christians, there's bad Christians, there's good Jews, there's bad Jews. It's what you are and your intentions. You can be rich and be really bad. You can be rich and be really good. It's your intentions. It basically boils down to your moral compass, your intentions. So when people say, oh, like, it's not all the celebrities, but there's a lot of bad celebrities going on in that Hollywood, you know, the scene that's going on over there. But when people say, like, oh, Trump's bad, Trump gives a lot of money away. He doesn't even really get paid properly in the White House.
Doesn't he give it back? Doesn't he just give the whole thing back?
You know where he gives a lot of his money to? Alcoholic. What would you call it? Like an alcoholic, to help people who are alcoholics, because people don't realise all this stuff like alcohol and big fat and stuff. When people are getting ill, it's to keep you down, and they know this. It's to keep you ill and keep you asleep. And then if you're that down, you'll probably end up dying from your illness, and that's what they also want. So you've got to realise it's not, you know, everybody's bad in certain religions.
Most of the kids my daughter's age, they don't buy into what mainstream media tells them anymore because of Trump. Because of Trump.
Fake.
Purely. That little, you are fake news. They love it. They love it. They even use it for banter amongst their counterparts when people are chatting rubbish. Like, stop being fake news.
Surprised my 4-year-old hasn't said, if I've ever said anything, oh, Mum, that's fake. Oh, can I just say, he said the other day, I said, what's the world thing? He went, oh, I think it's flat. He's only 4, but it could be like this. It could be round, but it could be flat. I think he meant a donut shape. I thought, oh, well, you know, at least he's 4. I'm like,
Good job, Finn.
What shape it is.
Good job, Finn. But yeah, with the chat room, what's everyone's take on that? Are you into the fact that there could be puppets, puppet masters? What are your... Give me some feedback on what you've heard me and Dolly talk about thus far. Any of it's resonating with you? If you don't agree with what we're saying, why?
Okay.
Have you got something that's a bit more enlightening? Because I think that's how we grow. Like, if someone asks questions, answer.
How you grow. You can't grow if you can't ask, if you're not allowed to ask questions. You can't know where you're going if you didn't know where you came from.
Yeah, so true, so true. And while I'm doing that, I want to give everyone that's in the chat room a shout. JP, thanks for tuning in. Jim Lotus, the Fifth World, hello my darling, thank you for tuning in. Butters Uncensored, they said the Swiss and their Nazi Templar Octagon still hate France and the French.
It's not the French people, remember, it's the French establishment. It's not the people. It's not the people of America, it's not the people of all over, it's the higher ups. It's not the people. We don't stand for any of this.
Yeah. Coffee Paul says, hello Coffee Paul, I met Coffee Paul at Bedford Level. He actually...
Michelle is a woman.
Listen,
Michael,
Coffee Paul gave me the best coffee that was made with distilled water, and it really was the best coffee. Thank you so much.
It is nice.
But you know, who was that woman? That woman, the old lady with the blonde hair, that said that Michelle was a tranny, and she was like, everyone knows.
Oh, Joan Rivers, and then she got killed.
Joan Rivers.
She basically died.
Yeah, please, can you just reiterate that? Because I swear, like, she literally said it, and then they just offed her, like...
Comedian. Yeah.
Like,
she went in for an operation because she had a lot of work done, and they said, oh, it was a breathing. It wasn't. She was done in because she spoke out. By the way, Owen Benjamin's done a video where he shouted out Michelle Obama and said, what is that back? That is a man. It's like, we all know. Actually, Obama has actually said, you've seen him live say, Michael played with his words.
Deary
yes.
Me. Deary me.
Obama, that's not even American, you know.
Red Eye Jedi 420 UK, thank you so much for tuning in. Eco Dave, again, thanks for tuning in. Sleeping Warrior, hello my darling, thanks for tuning in. Lou, thanks for tuning in. Lou, is that Lou from Speaker's Corner, Lou? like that Lou, or is it a different Lou? Because if it is that Lou, I'll be at Speaker's Corner on Sunday, and if it isn't, hello, someone else who's called Lou. Just rolling up the list. Dave Mordy, thank you for tuning in. Hot Min, thanks for tuning in, my darling. JP and Richie BFE, thank you for tuning in, sweetheart. And cheers, thank you to you all for being here with us and taking the time out of your evening to tune in and listen to what we've got to say this evening. Tragic FE, thank you for tuning in. Musicians for Truth, thanks for being here with us. And Zoom Truth, Dave, thanks for tuning in. Stephen Watson, thanks for being here. Lifting the Lid, hello Robin, cheers for being here, darling. And Waxman, your daddy, big up daddy Waxman, thanks for being here, darling. And if I've missed anyone, I'm sorry, Dolly, if you see I've missed anyone. Bam Bam,
sorry,
Dave
I'm
West.
just laughing at the bank. Trump has
Jim
been
Eldred.
bankrupt more than 5 times. He's not been bankrupt. See, that's off mainstream media. If you listen to Trump on Netflix, there's a series
5
called,
artists as well.
a
Thanks for tuning in.
Netflix series called The American Dream, with Trump in it when he was younger. Someone goes up to him, a reporter, and says, "Oh, you're bankrupt. You've been bankrupt." Trump turns around and says, Have you seen my accounts? No. So I'm not bankrupt. So you've got to really realise where you're getting your information from when people say silly things like that, because who's telling you he was bankrupt?
Yeah, I've been thinking about that a lot as well. You have to look at the source of the information. Yeah, when you look at the source of the information, sometimes you end up
Trump
finding
is very
it's a
clever.
bit of a...
It's actually, we know what Netflix is, but the actual series that was on him when he was younger, talking about Trump Towers, you can actually see how his brain works. He's very clever. It was a reporter saying, "So you're bankrupt?" He was like, "No. Have you actually seen my accounts?" "No." "Well, how do you know I'm bankrupt then?" Because people are regurgitating what other people say, especially mainstream media, and reports in the paper. Papers are mainstream media.
Yeah. Yeah.
Google's
So
mainstream
true.
media. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's a lot of things, but it's all being brought down, so, you know. I've noticed as well, I don't know if you've noticed, Roxanne, but there's a lot of people, I've seen a lot of people disappear recently. People's channels getting taken down. People that have even come on my chat, nice, but disappeared. I'm like, where's everyone?
Yeah. Yeah, I've noticed that. Do you know what got me really, really concerned? Is that the amount of content that's removed off of my liked playlist is insane.
No, I mean in bully form as well. I've noticed some bullies are going down recently.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, what's all that about?
Yeah. Yeah.
YouTube changing slightly, things starting to pick up a bit.
Chat room, thoughts on that? Has anyone got any thoughts in the chat room?
I've noticed just recently.
Like, are we talking about like known hater trolls that just make troll content kind of channels? Yeah, I've noticed that as well.
Don't forget, these people will get seen for what they are, and that's worldwide, as in normal people. It's not just higher ups, I believe.
You wonder though, don't you? Because even like Owen was saying about this platform and him doing the other platform that he was talking about, you think to yourself, how long before YouTube becomes surplus to requirement?
Yeah, because we're going. Have you seen Benjamin? Oh, I always say Benjamin Owen.
Benjamin Owen.
I always say that, Benjamin Owen. Owen Benjamin, when he's actually stopped him getting money through Super Chat PayPal, so he's actually got it traditionally where they're sending it in the post, and he's reading Super Chats out and getting little, people are supporting him with money. That's good because he's a
Talk
truther
about
anyway.
how to bypass the system.
Bypassing the system. Let's go back to old traditions, because the old traditions were the best traditions.
Yeah.
A lot of it today is consuming. They want you to keep consuming.
Yeah.
Because if you think about the 1940s, 50s and stuff, like when you made furniture and stuff like that, clothes, things lasted. Today, it's a
back in the day,
society.
they'd fix, make, mend and do.
Yeah, and today it's like chuck away society. They just want you spending your money, people. And I've been shouting out on my channel, if you're one of those who's trying to keep up the Joneses, you're never going to get anywhere. You're never going to be happy, because that's what they want you doing.
It's like chasing the dangling carrot.
Yeah,
you're just running around chasing the carrot.
And you're just in that cycle. And also, any baggage you bring in, you need to get rid of it, because that will keep you in a cycle. That is called the karmic cycle. If you don't forgive people and forget, because it's your past. When the new year comes up, the new year is not actually new year after Christmas, it's spring. That's when it's a new rebirth. Or Easter, should we say. It's a rebirth. So they even give us the wrong dates on stuff, because they give you the wrong dates. Wait, it's a new year, it's a new cycle. It's not. You can look at your karmic cycle as the year just gone past. That's what you should be shedding. Anyone you fell out with, forgive him. Get rid of people. Just get rid of anything you've been holding on to. You've been in a bad relationship, you're still holding on to it, you're still talking about going on. Get rid of it. That's karma, because that shit will keep you stuck where you're at, and it will keep you miserable. So get rid of your baggage. I always say on my channel, watch the people that keep you in a high frequency, because we work off frequencies. High positive. Any news, switch your TV off, folks. Don't watch the news. Anyone putting crap out there that keeps you in a negative place, don't watch them. People come on my channel, don't watch me then. It's simple. You don't even have to make a comment, just don't watch me. Go and find the negative channels that you want to watch. That is where you'll stay. It's about frequencies. We are all made of energy. The universe is energy, whatever. We all work off it. Like attracts like, positivity attracts positivity, love attracts love, and negative, hate attracts hate. So that's how it works, sort of thing. So
love that.
Stay on positive vibes. Did you see my little manifestation just to put out there? People are going to think I'm wacky.
I did. Please show a flower manifestation, please, darling.
Manifestation is, you've got to believe it. They have a thing called ask, believe, receive, but you've got to believe in it. So I put out the other day trying to show people in a little book that I'm writing, I'm going to receive a gift. Flowers popped into my head. And I thought, I don't know how they're going to come, but it's going to come in the next 48 hours. It was an energy. If anyone knows about Dr. Emoto and the water crystals, you need to look into that and how.
Will you send me the links so I can pop all these things in the chat room? Because also, before we finish, I want you to give me some recommendations, especially that flat Earth paradise thing you told me about. Wow.
I'll just tell you this because it's just a cute story. It doesn't matter if you don't believe it or not. So I was like, I'm going to get flowers in the next 48 hours. I'm going to believe it. You don't doubt it, because you're in fear if you doubt. It's just like, they're going to come in the next 48 hours. I don't know where from, but something. But I said flowers, not Pacific flowers, just flowers. Yeah. So I had to, it was on the 23rd, I did it yesterday, I think it was it yesterday? I had till midnight for these flowers to come in. It was coming up to, I had to go and pick my son up from nursery, and I wasn't thinking like, oh no, they're not going to come in. I thought, I've still got time, I've got time. Anyway, I get to school. My son doesn't make me a lot of stuff because he's too busy playing, but this day he made me a rainbow picture, and he got me, just go and get him.
Aww. See guys, the power of manifestation, it's a real thing.
He got me. He ran up to me and said, Mummy, I've made you a rainbow picture. I went, oh, that's good. And then he ran up to me and went, Mummy, I've also made you some flowers. And I was like, oh my gosh.
Bless
that
him.
Flower. And I was like, careful what you wish for. I got my flowers, not the way you always think, but it comes in. And then I went to Morrison's today and I got some more orchids, because I love orchids, and they were half price. So
champagne tastes lemonade money, darling. Champagne tastes lemonade money. You can't argue with that.
So you've got to believe.
Champagne tastes Lidl freeway money.
Yes, you've got to believe in you. We are the ones that are here to save. It's us that are going to do it.
Yeah.
With other help, but
Yeah, too true. Well said. So I'm going to wrap it up for tonight, but will you do me a favour, whether we come on my channel or your channel, can we do this again? Because I feel like
so much more to talk about.
Yeah, I feel like we've literally just done an intro. I feel like now we're going to go into the main course.
Every branch possible. Yeah,
please. I've really enjoyed it. It's actually brightened up my Friday evening. Next up this evening at 10:30, Iron Realm Media are going live, and I believe they have Cami Nodell on with them this evening, who is the lovely wife of Bob from Globebusters. So make sure you tune into that. Please, can some of my mods share the link for it, because I'm breaching right now. My phone is down. I'm doing this Skype thing, and I think if I start messing about with my screen, I'm not sure what you guys are going to see. So I will put the link up.
Could everyone please put a like, please? Thumbs up. There's one thumbs up in chat. One thumbs up, people. If you're on here listening,
I've got 13 on my screen. I've got 13.
I've got 1 on mine. So how weird's that?
Guys, please like. You don't have to share if you don't want to. It'd be great if you did. If you could possibly like it.
But if you're in here listening, you should put a like.
Yes. And if we have discussed anything today that has, so now my phone's frozen. Good fun. So yeah, if we've discussed anything this evening that's resonated with you, or you were interested in, or we haven't discussed something this evening that prior to this you've seen us discuss or whatever, please put something in the comments section and prompt us, or ask away. I hope that we have kind of given you something of substance. It's Friday evening, so obviously my kids are still awake.
I think we've got a lot more to talk about, Roxanne, definitely.
Yeah, definitely. We've only kind of scratched the surface, so I hope it has kind of resonated with you guys. Before I go, I do want to just play with the OBS as well. That is a major part of this. I'm gonna do that, and hopefully you guys will get a screen that's going to give you some channel recommendations, just a few in there. I will be adding to those channel recommendations. Yes, I can see that on my screen. So there we have Sleeping Warrior, we have Adam Meakin from Iron Realm Media. If you haven't already done so, I do suggest you go over there and click the subscribe button and hit the notification bell so that you are notified when they put out some new stuff. Sleeping Warrior has done some awesome content recently. I'd appreciate if you go over there and take a look. As has Iron Realm Media. Chris Van Matra, Robin from Lifting the Lid, the lovely Patricia Steer, who's over in Auckland at the moment at the New Zealand, it's not called the New Zealand Convention. Help! It's called it's got a really cool name. Expo. Is it Expo? I think maybe New Zealand Expo. If that's right, I'm going to clap myself for that. The awesome Dr. John D, who I've had the pleasure of meeting a good few times. Good guy. Great guy. And Paul on the Plane, also brilliant guy there. There's a few more to add to that. I'd like to put Deep Inside the Rabbit Hole. I'd like to put Ranty Flat Earth there. And maybe they will be in another one. Let's see. No, he's not there either. That's naff. So I need to do like more of these, because I've only got like 2 screens of these. I will get there eventually. But here we've got Everybody Equals Mind Controlled Square. There's a lot of content on his channel. Of us out at Speaker's Corner, Portsmouth. Ruben's been all over the country actually over the last year and a bit. Good stuff, Ruben. He'll be there with me at Speaker's Corner on Sunday. We've got D Murphy 25, Globebusters, Joanism, D Marble, Dave Marsh, who's also over in New Zealand at the moment at the Expo, Trinity 4, Wide Awake, not Wise Awake, sorry, typo, Wide Awake. Awesome John Smith Globely, Jason of the Disprey family, Howard Flat Earth Benidorm, that's another one that's not there. And then we get to the lovely ladies, which by the way, me, Dolly and these ladies would love to see more of these ladies, which would be great. Right at the top of the list there, no bias, absolutely none whatsoever. Paid no attention to the fact she's at the top of the list and she's on the channel right now. Wow, lovely Dolly Daydream. If you haven't subbed to her already, go on, give her a sub. I'm not sure, we're pretty even Stevens on the whole subbings. Not that I really pay attention to it. To sub Roxanne, but I think they know about you, so yeah, they come over. Love it. Patricia got herself on another list as well because she's a lady. She's a lady. She's a lady, did you know? Even though she doesn't go on YouTube that much to make content, she is a beast on Facebook. She is. The lovely Sarah Christina, she is in a lot of groups. She's awesome, man. Massive shout out to Sarah Christina. Dee Dee as well, who is the she's dealing with the Amsterdam convention with Gary. Also, you can go to www.feconvention.com to get more info about everything that they're doing at the moment as well. I'm going to be over there in Amsterdam. That's going to be a good look, you know, I'm looking forward to Amsterdam. And by the way, Robin, Lifting the Lid, Also, all the details for Kidderminster are on www.feconvention.com, and you can get all the details
me and my
for the
dad need to
Global Eye Tour on www.globaleye.co.uk. Everything is like a one-stop shop, and festart.co.uk as well. And back to the list, Jenna Fredo, awesome chick right there. She's brilliant at her observations. Check her out on Facebook. She's awesome. The amazing Karen B, lovely lady, awesome, all over the place. Facebook, YouTube, also Discord. You know, she runs a big ass Discord. I'm not big into Discord, but if you're on Discord, someone in the chat room must know about Karen B's one. Help me out on that one, please. And Kimmy Spreadborough, look at the name that's on the screen, type it into YouTube, and go and have a look at what Kimmy's up to. And her awesome husband Bob Spreadborough, he's awesome as well. So please do check out that. And that is about it. What I'm going to do is I will play everybody out with a hold on, let me just move that out of the way. Do that, and then
please shout out Owen Benjamin again though, because they need to go and check that.
Check out Owen Benjamin,
definitely. Hilarious.
Please do, because that conversation just recently with Deep Inside the Rabbit Hole was awesome. But Owen's got some brilliant content on there as well, and there's tons of people that I haven't mentioned. Nathan Oakley, check him out. Ranty Flat Earth, check him out. Dave Marsh, I did mention Dave Marsh. Shout out chat room, and shout out anyone that you lot can recommend in there. Mods, stand up.
Shout out to Flat Earth Paradise, because that's a totally different spin on
this is the next
stuff.
bit I wanted to go into before the end. Could you give us your recommendations, please? And I will make sure I get Dolly to send me these, and so I put them into the description. So if you're watching this on a playback, all of this will be like a one-stop shop for you below in the description. Go fire away.
Yeah, I mean, the recent ones I've just been watching recently, because I'll have to come back with some, are obviously the lovely Owen Benjamin channel, just great. Dearth as well, if that's how you say it. And I only realised today what his actual name stands for. What's Dearth?
Deep inside the rabbit hole, girl.
Deep inside the rabbit hole. Oh, like rabbit people.
Don't call you Billy for nothing, do they?
Yeah, so there's that one. Also, the new one I came across, Flat Earth Paradise, is brilliant, because it's not just about Flat Earth, it's about the things that are going on with energies and the other side of it, beyond the veil, that some people won't open their mind to, and it's great. Also, a really good video I watched today, some people might not like him, I've always loved him because he thinks outside the box, is Russell Brand.
Oh yeah, because he really did a crap storm on an interview with someone.
Science. And it was brilliant. It was a guy who went to university and he went against certain stuff, and it was just a really, really good interview on Russell Brand's channel, God versus Science. It was really, really good.
Okay.
There's loads more. And I'm gonna Amazing Polly, SGT Report.
Nice.
There's loads, but basically I'd say go and watch Owen Benjamin of the one with Death. It was brilliant.
Awesome.
Brilliant.
Oh, brilliant. And me and Dolly will come back and do this again, and we will delve into much more, and we'll go for it. But we'll go for however long it takes. We'll just do it when we've got a nice amount of time, because I hate timing it. But shout out I Am Real Media. I'm on there in a little minute. I think. But I do want to thank you all for taking the time out to be with us here this evening. I've really enjoyed it. I hope you have too. And like I said, if you want to give us any input into what we've spoken about this evening, I urge you to comment in the comment section, and we'll try and pick up on it the next time we do this. And I just want to thank you, my darling, for doing this. I've really enjoyed it, and big hugs to you. Big hugs to you.
It's
I'm going to meet you in person one of these days.
It's more interesting. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, definitely. I feel sorry for anyone that's around us when we're in public.
Oh my God. People think I'm a nutter anyway, so it makes no difference.
What you like. So that's about it for this evening. I hope
it's good night from her, and it's good night from me, or don't they say it?
It's good night from her, and it's good night from me.
The two Ronnies.
Oh yeah. You know what? I've got to. Hold on.
We're the two Ronnies.
Let
remember?
me do that.
It's good night from me. It's good night from her, or whichever way it was.
Hold on. They're going on now, babe.
Come on,
I have to do that. I'm just going to check it's coming through on the YouTube, darling. Right, yep. And we're back. So, it's what? Good night from Roxanne the Globalist Deniers. Love to you, sweethearts.
Yes. Good night,
Good night
Dolly
to you,
Daydream.
And it's good night from...
Dolly Daydream.
Yes.
Yes, it's good night from me, and it's good night from her, or good night from her, and good night from me.
Absolutely spiffing, crikey Mikey. Crikey Mikey. See you all next time, darlings.
Bye.
Don't let the cultural conditioning control you. You don't need to worry about the vaccine for Ebola. All I see is terrorism on a television. All they do is lie to you, it's all a fake persona. Turn off your TV, go outside and leave your sofa, cause you notice when you're looking up and planes are flying over. They're spraying chemtrails, it's not normal. Geoengineering makes the atmosphere colder. Yes. Don't worry about the finance on your rover. Worry about the mercury they stick inside your molars. And worry about the taxes you're paying to the soldiers. They're dropping bombs and leaving children in a coma. Fuck off. There's aspartame inside your soda, fluoride in your water, turning you bipolar. Worry about McDonald's, KFC and Coca-Cola, cause you feed them to your kids, they might as well have catch pneumonia. And mental issues when they're older, it's terrifying. I'm talking truth, real facts, though I'm never lying. I do my best, I'm forever trying. If humanity do not ascend, I'll end up crying. We'll all end up dying, cause humanity's defenseless. All I see is pain, but my strategy's relentless. Never ending, no, the agony is endless. Paradise is infinite, the galaxy's tremendous. Well, that's so deep and intellectual. I'm giving them facts when I'm speaking at a festival. I'm screaming, no freedom ain't acceptable. Well, that's so deep and intellectual. And now my sanity is mad at me for finding out the truth. Cause in reality, humanity is dying out, it's true. I'm astral traveling, I'm flying out the roof. Because your government officials, they've been hiding all the proof. Now my sanity is mad at me for finding out the truth. Cause in reality, humanity is dying out, it's true.